Welcome back to the Neo Marketing Podcast. Today we're going to talk about a functional area of public relations that some folks don't necessarily think of when they think of public relations.
Welcome to the weekly Neo Marketing Podcast, featuring one half of the Golden Group C-Suite, Kyle Golding, and Pritchard, APR, PRSA Fellow.
So one of the things that has frustrated me lately is the fact that a lot of people understand public relations as media relations. A lot of people understand public relations as consumer packaged goods, and it's much more than that.
And changing every day.
And changing every day, often the same but different.
Right.
So what I'd like to do over the course of a couple of these podcasts is peel back the layers and look at a particular functional area of public relations.
Okay. I think the audience will enjoy that.
Well, I hope so.
I know I'm looking forward to it.
And where I'd like to start is community relations, because I don't know that a lot of people think of community relations as a marketing tool or associated with public relations. And what I mean by that...
And they're missing an opportunity.
Oh, they absolutely are.
Yeah.
This is a huge area that people can use to further their cause. And not just raise awareness, but move people to action as well. We were talking about your new space here.
Right.
And your plans to eventually have an open house and bring people in, show them the space, show them the digs, and that is community relations.
Sure enough.
So as simple as an open house, helping people to understand where you are in the community, and it nudges right up against corporate social responsibility, because the point is to show your community that you are invested, that you are indeed part of the community. You can do that with philanthropy.
Or an event like an open house, because it's not a hard sell. It's
Right.
not a marketing, it's a marketing tool, as in people are aware where you are, what you do, etc. But it's not a sales technique. It's not I need you to come in here and buy something today, make a purchase, sign up for something. It's none of that. It's, here's who we are, what we do. Please come by and have some interaction. So it's definitely public relations.
Absolutely. I don't see you hanging stuff up in the hall for people to come by and, okay, here's $2 for a pot holder.
Right.
It's this is who we are. This is how we're going to be a part of the community, and we just thank you for coming in so we can tell you a little bit about who we are.
Yeah. Here's the services we provide. Here's who we connect with. Who's our clients and our vendors, and maybe get to meet each other, and maybe connect a relationship of your own or something that we get involved in. Again, good for the community, good for business. We're employing people, we're paying taxes, all the good stuff that comes along with running a business.
Well, and one of the more exciting aspects of community relations, I started with open house because we were just talking about it. It's a fairly easy thing to describe, but being part of the community, having your employees invest themselves in the community. A lot of companies allow their employees paid time off to go participate in a philanthropy of their choice.
A happy employee is a good employee.
Exactly.
And one of the ways to keep your employees happy, motivated, and connected to the company is community relations, is allowing them to do things as your employee in the community that's good for the community.
Absolutely. Habitat for Humanity, a lot of people, teams from companies going out. It's a great way to help people understand that you are invested. You are invested in the community, and you want to make the world a better place. And
sometimes the word business, especially big business, it gets a negative connotation. People are like, oh, business. And they really think of some sort of Duck McScrooge way of like, business is here to steal your money and take as much as they can and get over on you, and and business is responsible. Business is part of the community. Good businesses are. And one of the ways that you demonstrate that you're not just here to make money, you have to make profit, that's fine. But a good, responsible profit, you're treating your employees well, but you understand that you are in a community, is public relations and in community involvement.
Absolutely. Business has a responsibility to make the world a better place. They have the ability to do that. And in today's day and age, with the audiences paying a very close attention to what organizations are doing, you better have a pretty strong community relations plan.
You'll have better employees. They'll feel better about working for you. You'll attract better employees to you. You'll have a better community to work in. because that's the whole point, right? We all want to live in a good community.
Yep.
We want better schools, we want better roads, we want all these things. Again, it goes back to people being employed and paying their taxes and contributing. And when you're making the profit you should as a business, sometimes you have to make profit, because sometimes you don't make profit.
Right.
You got to have those lean times. But sometimes you make profit and you cover those areas. And sometimes you make huge amount of profit. And that's when you have a chance to take that economic value and put something back in the community, whether it's something like education or social issues that help our community be better, so that we have a better pool to pull from as employers.
Absolutely.
It's a cycle. It could be a vicious cycle when you do it wrong. It could be a really beneficial cycle when you do it well.
Absolutely. And that's what we're advocating for.
There's so many great benefits to community relations in business, and all of those things are started with, executed on, and then communicated via the PR channels.
Absolutely.
Because it's not a marketing tool, it's
no,
public relations.
It is public relations. It plays into the marketing realm, but it's really all about the company's reputation.
There you go. In fact, and speaking of good times and goodwill, it's Christmas time.
Yes.
Christmas is coming up soon at the end of the week, next weekend. So, Pritch, what are your Christmas plans?
My Christmas plans are a little bit interesting this year because we've got some family challenges. I have a brother-in-law who is going to have surgery next week.
Goodness.
So, but one of the things that I do like to do over the Christmas holidays is take a look at companies and how they're marketing themselves, how they're advertising themselves, and there have been some really interesting ones. We had the Lindsay and Asp, where I advise the young professionals. We have a weekly status meeting, and we always bring a campaign to talk about, and some of them have been really interesting. The new Apple commercial for Christmas is not necessarily about a product, but about art.
That's what Apple does best.
We had some interesting discussions about that. So.
Ironically, I noticed a new tablet, a PC tablet, not Apple, commercial, and a car commercial that were very feel and less about the technical aspects of, which is a departure from those two particular advertisers.
Right.
And I literally said out loud both times, "Oh, look, they went Apple."
Right.
So that's amazing that these things always connect. And Apple does a really good job. Last Christmas they had the young man who used his iPhone, and everyone thought he was on his iPhone all the time, like texting or tweeting or doing whatever.
Right.
He made the video for everyone.
Yeah.
It was right there, got all the feels.
Yeah, watered that eye.
The two dancers in the street commercial that they have now is a different approach, but it again has that feeling to it.
Yeah.
The two I saw that I very much thought referenced Apple's style. Went to the emotional side of the product instead of the technical side of it, which I appreciate. I like that kind of marketing a lot better than that hard sell technical stuff. Features and benefits it gets old real fast.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I do traditional Christmas. My family's kind of country, so we do the big spread. The aunts cook and they cook everything under the sun, but of course it's turkey and stuffing and dressing.
Dressing,
some people call it stuffing, some people call it dressing. Here in Oklahoma in the South, we call it dressing.
Right.
I think up north in some other places they call it stuffing, but it's good stuff though. And you only get it this time of the year.
Right.
You're not unlike April. You're not seeing like turkey and stuffing on like some menus anywhere.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to the great cooking that the women in my family happen to do, and it's not because they're women, it's because they're really good at what they do. So we leave them alone to let them cook it.
Yeah.
And the camaraderie of all the cousins and all their kids. Because of my age in the world, all of my cousins and my sister have kids, and so Christmas is all about letting those kids enjoy themselves. Yeah. It's not about the adults. It's just about having a good fellowship with family.
Absolutely.
So I'm looking forward to that.
It's been an interesting discussion today, I hope. And next week we'll talk about another functional area of public relations.
Fantastic. Until then, good luck.
Ciao.